to a new episode in the middle of the afternoon of the Creators Outlet. This is different.
My fault.
John's got a long, hard job, so
Yeah, I'm actually an inspector in my day job.
so hi. That's my alpha dog. So we got the link up for the campaign. Alpha dog. Just hit that tiny URL is also posted in the information either down below or up above, depending on where you're watching or listening to us at. And it's also in the chat if you're watching us on YouTube.
Cool, cool. Hopefully we can get the word out here. We're getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah, a little over a week left.
Yeah.
71 backers, 8 days left. Oops, I said 9 days on the post. Oh, that's okay. People know I suck at math.
Yeah, the way they set it up, it, it's next Thursday is when it ends, Thursday night.
Oh, okay. So you had a deal go through with Source Point Press, right?
Yeah, they're my publisher now, just for the graphic novels. They're going to be publishing Dime Store. They published Alpha Dogs earlier this year. It's in comic book shops, which is really cool to finally have my comics in comic book shops. And in June is when Dime Store Detective will be on available, the graphic novel, and comic book stores, bookstores, and all sorts of places. So that's exciting. There's 5 issues of that, or you can get it in the Kickstarter, and I'll actually get some of the money. You don't make much on Lunar or comic book shops or stores. Make very little, but
Anybody else that puts you into shops,
yeah,
it's all it's about the amount of profit you get from owning a supermarket.
yes, exactly. So it's
Two and a
it's
half
still tough.
percent.
But the nice thing about Kickstarter is you keep most of it. I think it's like 13% they get, which isn't bad considering, you know, for most of us, it's the only way to get our comics out there. At least it was until I got signed by a publisher.
And now you get your trades out there
Yeah,
through graphic novels, and I'll have to keep an eye out. So Source Point goes through Lunar.
yeah, they go through Lunar. They also have a deal with Simon and Schuster, so it's available on Barnes and Noble, Amazon, all sorts
Oh,
of
that's great.
sites. Yeah, so it definitely kind of helps get the word out and
So our
coming on to
favorite
shows
books,
like
so
yourself.
our favorite bookstores, comic book stores, and real stores too.
Yes. A few of them. A lot of times you got to ask to have them order them at bookstores, but thankfully, as long as comic book shops see it, and well, they don't have the magazine, any physical magazine anymore, but they have the internet that's taking over everything.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other night on a stream about how some of the smaller publishers don't have don't get listed in even like some of like the Lunar and Penguin magazines. It's
Yeah,
just like,
you gotta get in. It's tough to get in. They've got they're getting a lot of the big publishers now, so it's tough for the littler publishers to get into Lunar. We go through Prana, and Prana basically got us the deal through Lunar. So a lot of hands, a lot of mouths to feed, but yeah,
yeah,
it's nice to get your stuff in the comic book shops.
it I guess it's tough to get stuff in from like smaller press people into some shops from Lunar. It's like a battle to find it because it's not listed on like their order forms.
Yeah. It's from what I understand, it's definitely a little tougher nowadays without Diamond, but you got to evolve.
Yeah, but we do what we have to do.
Yes, to live the dream.
Are you going to be doing any more shows for the rest of the year?
Yeah, actually, this Saturday I'll be in Lansing at Summit Comics for Free Comic Book Day, and
Oh,
then
nice.
yeah, so that'll be nice. I haven't been back there in a while. They're actually only about 40 minutes from me. Um, it's been a few years since I've been there, so it'll be nice to go back. I got a good crew there, but May 23rd or 22nd, I'll be at Cherry Con. It's a big comic book convention in Traverse City. That's a lot of fun. Nice place. I'll be there on the 23rd, 22nd to the 24th, and then the week after that, I'll be in Elkhart, Indiana for their Comic Con, which is a lot of fun too. So it's nice to kind of get around different states to, kind of get the word out there.
Different shows, and it's tough too because a lot of the conventions are, they're not comic book conventions, even though they keep calling themselves that. They're all pop culture conventions.
Yeah, that seems to be how the trend's been going for a while now. So, but it is what it is. You just kind of got to pick and choose, find, the beginning of when I was going to Comic Cons, it was kind of hit and miss, but now for the most part, I was at C2E2 this year, and that was a lot of fun. Very expensive, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I broke my record in sales, but after paying for the hotel, the table, I think I broke even.
In indie comics, that's called the win.
Yeah. It was like altogether, I think I paid $200 in parking. So Chicago's expensive place. Yeah, very, very much so. But it was a lot of fun.
You got your books into all new people's hands, so
Yes.
You think you might go back and do it again next year?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet. It's maybe we'll see. I might. I haven't quite decided yet. If I do, I'm gonna stay at the hotel though that's connected, or at least down the street, so I don't have to drive through Chicago so much. That's a bear. Chicago's terrible.
All your stuff all that way, yeah.
Yeah. So if I do it again, which I wouldn't mind, I'll probably stay where I'm at least in walking distance. But it's oh boy, it's expensive.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's good networking with other creators in the indie scene. Maybe you can find somebody else that's going, and you guys could like split costs on stuff.
Yeah, that's possible. Something
Like,
to consider.
like the room and parking or whatever. And
Yeah.
I know lots of like freelance artists that do that.
Mm-hmm.
They'll find somebody else. They'll share the table with like one or two other people, and just so they can, at least go home with enough money to buy a coffee on the drive back.
Yeah. Because it was pretty good Friday. Saturday was okay. Sunday was dead. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get when you go to
Yeah.
Comic-Con.
Well, a lot of shows Sundays, they barely have any celebrities there.
Mm-hmm.
They're there like, Friday night, all day and night Saturday, and panels, and a few of them will show up like earlier in the day.
Yeah.
But they won't sign like after like noon or 1 o'clock, because they wanna hurry up and get to O'Hare and get on their plane and get out of Dodge.
Yeah. I didn't realize how James Tynion was there from Something is Killing the Children. He was there. He was signing. I can't tell you how many autographed comics he was signing. It was just boom, 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 boom. I should have bought some because they were going for like a bunch of money on the internet. I found out later on.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem with shows, because you'll get in line because you have like one or two books from a creator that you really like, that you'd like to have signed to put up on your wall or into your collection and what have you. And then there's like a guy in front of you pulling a beach wagon with like two long boxes full of books for them to sign.
Yeah. They do well. I mean, they probably don't have to pay for a table. That helps too.
Well, if they're big name pros, they definitely don't have to pay for a table.
Yeah, exactly.
They get invited and paid to be there, and then the perk of whatever they get for everything they're going to do.
Mm-hmm. I gave him my graphic novel, Dime Store Detective, so that was pretty cool because I'm a big fan of his work. So I didn't hear anything from him, but most of the time they take your book and probably just toss it, don't even read it. But
yeah,
at least I got it to him.
they'll give it to somebody. Maybe he signed it and gave it to some lucky guy. He's got a copy of Dime Store Detective signed by James Tinian the Fourth.
There you go.
So let's take a look here.
Okay.
Let's start off playing the trailer, and then we'll take a look at the campaign itself.
Sounds good.
Play. Well, that didn't work. I might have to go back in.
Oh.
Yep, I got to go back in.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just sneak around a couple of walls here, and
The first time I saw someone use that background, I'm like, boy, they must be rich. How are they rich making comics? And then I see a few other people doing it. I say, oh, it must be a background.
hear this again. It might be because I left it on all night.
Oh, okay.
There we go. And
There we go.
see.
There's a little
There we go.
introduction there. Hopefully people get interested. If they don't interested in it after watching the trailer, I don't know. I'm out of ideas because it's a pretty cool trailer. That's kind of an introduction to the story overall. And here's the first cover A, which is really cool. It's the story in this one is basically the origin of Salem, the antagonist of the series, and then Buck, the dog, with the power to heal from any wound. He also has a heightened strength and intelligence. Him and his owner have been on the run for mercenaries that are trying to kidnap him to manipulate his powers. And then other dogs come in the series that gain their own abilities. So if you love dogs, if you love indie comics, you'd really enjoy it. It's a really original story that I think that people have really taken to, especially, you know, when they hear the story about the dog and the origin of the comic. This is my new X-Men homage.
Yep, first appearance of Cable.
Yep. So I had to get that cover in because in this issue, Buck, the white pit bull, he's trying to find these other superpowered dogs before the mercenaries and before this big hulking dog named Monto, who can grow to this huge size who's trying to carry out his master's revenge plot can find the dogs who've escaped in the previous issue. And if you want to kind of catch up, I'm selling all 6 issues on digital for only $27. That's my Return of the Jedi homage. I did the other 2 series, Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, as homage cover. So I'm finishing the trilogy up. So I really love this cover. Fernando Malik did it, drew it, and then Ezekiel Dominguez, he did the coloring, which is terrific. They've done a lot of pro comic books, Marvel, DC's, Image. And then there's a Virgin variant in there that I'm only making 50 of, that something they can get to.
And then, digital.
Yeah,
as I always refer to it, it's the Australian variant.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, shipping is almost $50 down to Australia. So
yeah, it's not much cheaper to Canada. So
no, it's not. It's, as I learned, I think I lose money in all the times I ship to Canada because I never realized how expensive it's going to be. And those are the early birds that were for the first 48 hours. And the regular is 14, plus you get the digital too, which is not a bad deal considering what people are charging.
Their books.
Yeah. And then I charge the same for the variant. And then just a couple bucks more for the Return of the Jedi homage because it was a little more expensive.
Yeah. And the special edition, which is the signed Virgin variant.
Yeah, plus you get a sticker as well, which is pretty cool sticker. And it's only a couple bucks more, $4 more for all that too. And then that's the Virgin variant. I'm only doing 50 of, which has got a little bit different look, more realistic look to Buck. Plus, he's got the glowing eyes as well. And that's every single one of them for only 27, which is, like, 100 and over 130, 40 pages worth, almost 150 pages worth of comic.
Yeah, for less than $5 a piece.
Yeah. Less than the price of gas.
Yeah. Depending on where you live, this might be the price of gas for a gallon. Talking to you, California.
Yeah. And that's the Star Wars homage trilogy you can get. I only have a few left of the Empire Strikes Back one. These are all gorgeous renderings.
Oh yeah. You get the Elfador Force trilogy to hang up on your wall.
Yeah. They're my all-time favorite movies, so I had to get do homage covers of them.
You should have a copy of each one of these mounted inside a frame of the actual studio movie poster.
Exactly.
I know somebody that did that. Guy in Canada goes by Sergeant Frosty, who basically has his own comic book shop in his basement.
Oh, jeez.
He's the only customer. And he does a lot for autism awareness.
Okay.
And he's designed up like t-shirt art that is a homage of some of his favorite books.
Oh, cool.
Growing up. So like Sergeant Rock, Nick Fury, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
From like the 60s.
Oh, cool.
And so he's got like the poster of his artwork and then the actual issue from that book,
nice.
Inside the frame, like on the bottom, like right corner. in his game room. Used to be one of his kids' rooms, but they went to college and he retook the house.
Nice. I look forward to that day.
One of these days.
And then that's the all three covers
Oh, nice.
for a lower, a little cheaper price.
I love seeing a campaign that has less variant covers than your average week
Yeah.
in a comic shop.
Yeah, I know. They've gotten crazy with the variants.
I
Not
read
as bad as the
today.
90s, but
Oh, yeah. Well, there it was a little more controlled. Now it's just insane. Like
yeah.
the average amount of variant covers a week is like almost 500.
Yeah. Yeah, I
I'm
remember
like,
Stray Dogs. They did a lot of variant coverage for that, I swear. But they're
oh
cool.
yeah. The new Absolute Batman issue 20 that's coming out has got over 100 variant covers.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
like, well, you have like all these stores that want their own, and they're all
Mhm.
like at a premium price, but in a
Yeah.
couple of years, they're all worth the same amount of money.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I know. Once the hype dies down, the price just.
Yeah, plummets down.
Hmm. And that's the here you get the graphic novel, which is 1 through 5. The special edition, and it's also got a bonus story in there that you can only get in the graphic novel, plus the new issue 6.
Oh, nice. All you completists out there that like
Hmm.
to get a book and read the arc through.
Yeah, and this is where I sign them all, plus you get a sticker. And that's all my comics I do. I have the graphic novel for Dime Store Detective, which is the first 5 issues, plus my other series, issue 1 of Space Cruise, in which I'm right now turning that into a pilot for a TV show. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. First issue was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I want to do more. I have a lot more in the bag, but we'll see how it goes. I still got to get this thing funded. So,
Yeah.
and this is a really cool one. A picture of your dog will be in the back of the comic, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Your dog gets their own book.
Yeah, that's something to kind of memorialize them. And this is the one that has the ultra rare variant cover in as well.
Nice. So you get all 4 covers for $55 and all the
Yeah,
extra.
they're cool. They're all very different covers, very beautiful as well. And this is all the single issues that I have, which is getting pretty low now.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm into my, I think, 4th printing of Alpha Dogs, and my second of issue 1 anyway, then my second of Alpha Dogs 2, and I'm gonna have to probably do more of issue 5 too. But yeah, the covers are beautiful, beautiful artwork, great. I've been lucky enough to get some great artists.
Everything bundle.
Yeah, that's all the actual hard copies. The 2 graphic novels that are 1 through 5, plus issue 1 of Space Cruise, and issue 6 of Alpha Dogs. Which Alpha Dogs, if you've never heard the story, which I'm sure some of your watchers haven't, we lived in a town that outlawed pit bulls, and we had a pit bull mix, so we were getting rid of our dogs, so we moved. And that kind of inspired me to create this story about this dog that's feared by the public because of his breed and his size, but he has this huge heart. Um, Buck goes out and he does a lot of heroic deeds throughout the story, and even though humans fear him because he's this big hulking white pit bull, so it kind of has a theme of judging others and dogs by appearances instead of the strength of their character. So it's kind of got a lot of cool themes in it. Plus, it's an adventure story about these dogs with their own powers that are trying to find each other and then trying to stop this villain from completing his revenge mission. And that's all the covers I have left in this one. I'm getting pretty low on a few of them, but this might be the last time I get to offer some of these covers because they're getting pretty low.
Me for every single cover
Available. I've got a few
Salem
left, but I'm
images.
not selling those. I only have a few of those.
Retailer bundle.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get a few of those sold.
Get a couple of shops on board.
Yeah, and this one is really cool. Our artist draws your dog. There's some of the past campaigns that he's drawn of people's dogs. You can see what a great job he does. It's amazing. Everybody's been really happy with how he's done the drawings of their dog.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, he does a great
I saw
job.
something else similar to this, but it was for like you send this company a picture of your dog and they make, a couple of pictures of your dog and they make like a sizable stuffed animal out of it.
Oh yeah, that's pretty expensive though.
Yeah, it's like $500. I'm like, I didn't pay that for my first car, and that one, okay, it only lasted about 3 hours, but still.
I didn't pay that for my first dog.
Me neither. I didn't pay that for this last dog. Exclusive bookmarks, mystery prints, and more if we get up that high.
Yeah, and those are just some of my other titles, which are great too. People have really enjoyed the Dime Store Detective graphic novel. It's a supernatural detective mystery, and Space Cruising is a sci-fi adventure / comedy. All fun reads.
Oh yeah, Dime Store Detective is so good.
Thank you. So hopefully some people grab that bundle here. Then it'll help me get over the hump. And like I said, I was signed by a publisher, so I think it's a testament. These are good books. I'm not just blowing smoke. The art's amazing in them. And yeah, there's me at a Comic-Con. Those stand-ups have gotten
banners.
even more expensive.
Yeah. Just adds to the thrill.
Yeah, they're not. I think I paid like $340 for those, and I was gonna buy some new ones, and then they were like up to $500. So I said, nah, I don't need to eat into my profit too much.
But they still have a few good years left in them.
Yeah, they do.
That's what my daughter says about me.
Yeah, when I first put them up, I didn't do it right, and that slipped down. I ripped a hole in my Alpha Dogs one, but
oh geez,
oh well. You can't notice it from there. And that's who Buck is inspired by is our dog Piggy.
Nice.
And that's the
Stone
team
Tower
that does all the magic.
Makes the magic happen.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about for when this funds. Oh, hey Bill. Friend of mine from the TikTok age.
Oh, okay. I'll have to friend him.
And
I'm pretty new to TikTok, so
yeah, I've been sharing your posts on there out too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
So when this funds in the next few days, knock on Formica. I don't have a wood table. Well, I do, but it's in the kitchen. Anyhow, what are you looking at as far as fulfillment process goes?
I'm probably 2 months. 2 months. We're getting close to finishing on the artwork. It's almost done. There's just some coloring that has to be done, and of course the lettering, and then a lot of it's dependent on how long it's at the printers at. That's kind of the big one, but it should be within 2 months though. I'm pretty quick with my fulfillment. I like to get them pretty, not so people have to wait so much because I usually have another one coming. I have Dime Store Detective issue 6 coming out next, so I don't send anything until I've actually fulfilled the last one. So this one should be fulfilled within 2 months.
Yeah, because some books, I mean, I've backed some books that I'm still waiting on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
There's
it's been years. I'm pretty
yeah, and
sure
then they
I'm
actually
not
have the
getting it.
audacity to run a new campaign when they haven't even fulfilled the last one.
Yeah, there's some people that do that. They'll like they won't fulfill, and then they'll put up another campaign, and their name is somewhat known,
Mm-hmm.
because they did something small, like either in the mainstream or
Yeah.
notable small press, and they'll make more money, and they won't fulfill again. And when you ask them on social media, so what's going on with this book? They block you,
Jeez, that's terrible.
and that's all I got to say about that. My
Yeah,
camera
yeah.
just zooms in on me crazy, and I become as blurry as the big vinyl Joker cling on the wall behind me.
No, it's not bad. But yeah, we're getting close, and like I said, I just ask people to go check it out. It's a great story. Artwork's terrific. You can go back and look at past campaigns I've done, watch the other trailers, and I think you'll see for yourself that it's a terrific story. And you can see the Dime Store Detective trailers and get that all at a pretty low price, considering as much comic as you get.
Yeah, it's tough to it's more expensive to print indie because you have like a limited print run.
Yeah, yeah,
Even some guys that have the a couple of people do that I know will like print like 5,000 of everything, but it's an investment like for them for like over the next 2 years.
yeah.
That's their campaign. It's the amount they need for their distributor to fulfill to
Hmm.
fulfill out, and their stock for any of the shows that they're planning on doing for the rest of the year. So
Yeah, it gets expensive. I don't print up anywhere near that much. I can't afford to do
yeah,
that. I wish I could, but yeah, I don't print that much. So if you get first editions, you're gonna get a much lower print run than some of the other ones that you
yeah,
get. So, and the paper quality is really good. They print up 500 or 5,000, then it's basically almost like toilet paper on some of these books that you get. But these ones are high quality because people are paying a premium. I try to make it right and give them
yeah.
the
Like
money's
all
worth.
the indie stuff I get is like top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Has been like it's better than stuff that you would pay even more for if it had like the Marvel or DC stamp on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is just crazy. But
I know. It's it's interesting
yeah,
the kind of quality they print their comics from. So we try to keep it at a really nice quality because again, people are paying a premium to deliver really nice books. I make the covers a little more stronger just because I like them like that too. So you get your money's worth when you back for my
yeah.
campaign.
The covers are more leaning towards the strength of like a cardstock cover.
Yeah, yep, exactly.
So I want to thank everybody that tuned in, all the lurkers out there, and uh, and the Comic Society. Thanks for dropping in, Bill. Please check it out. And John, thanks so much for coming on. And
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I gotta get back to the fun day job until this
oh
becomes a day job. I wish.
yeah, maybe at one point. You never know. You never
Yeah,
know.
you never know. I hope some. That's what I'm working towards. So we'll see. But yeah, I asked anybody go check it out. Um, Alpha Dogs and Dime Store Detective both in the campaign and Space Cruising, and I about guarantee you can see on YouTube reviews of my work, and it's all of it's pretty much pretty glowing reviews. So you won't be disappointed.
Thanks again. I know you got to get back to work, and we're going to download this episode and spread it out through the Spotify's and all the audio podcasts as well as a couple of other platform channels, and I'll have some short clips out, which will make it to all the other channels as well.
Cool. I really appreciate you taking the time to help promote me and get the word out. Thank you very much.
Well, if I could afford to go to a Comic-Con, all I'd be doing would be this, talking to people at their tables about their books. So,
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
right, take care. Have a great day.
You too.
Say hi to the dogs for me.
I will. I'll talk
Great.
to you later.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, and make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms across the board. Just look for us on Linktree, and all the automatic links are right there. Thanks. Have a great day.